here several months ago, or if you're psychic, that I talked a while back about how to become a better storyteller. Now, one way to become a better storyteller is go down with Prez to Jonesboro, Tennessee, and watch all these different stories. We have 3 days. It sounds like a wonderful, wonderful environment. And if you want to do that, that's great. My problem is that, well, I don't have a car, and it's just going to take too long. So how do you become a storyteller quicker and faster? How do you become a storyteller? Because the one thing you may know about, have you ever heard that to make a point, you tell a story? You heard that? Yeah. Exactly. So how do you tell a story? Well, that's the challenge. And I discovered a book called World Class Speaking by Craig Valentine. You heard of this book? Marilyn's heard of it, and other people you haven't. World Class Speaking by Craig Valentine. And then there he talks about how to tell a great story. And it turns out it's all about the story character. There are 3 simple basics you need to understand to have a good story character. And with those story character basics, anybody can create a pretty good story. Now, granted, if you work in it, become a really great storyteller, and go to these storytelling things, become a fantastic storyteller, but at least you can become at least to a good storyteller. You can tell a story. So it's all about these 3 basics. Now, last time I talked about the first basic of story character. First basic you have to have to tell a story, and that is story character must be seen. Quick quiz, quick review. Story characters must be
seen.
Seen, exactly. All that means is when you're telling a story, you've got to have something to look at. Does that make sense? You have to have something to see. And many people jump into a story and you don't have anything to look at or to see. Just a few details you need. Just give somebody a name. Say you've got a tall blonde-haired man, a tall red-haired man. One's called Bob. One tall blonde-haired man's called Bob. The tall red-haired man's called Joe. Boom. That's all you need. Just a few details, and that'll get you there. That'll help your story character be seen. Exactly. Now, the second basic of the story character, is something that if you don't have it, your story characters are flat. Maybe you've experienced it before. Maybe you've heard stories like this, where you hear the story and it's just, you can't really get into it. You ever had that happen? You can't really get into the story because there's just, Pat knows what I'm talking about. You can't really get into the story. There's just something two-dimensional, something flat. Something just doesn't involve you. And that's what happens. The second basic is missing. And many speakers leave that out. Even if they have the story character being seen, they'll still leave out the second basic. Because of that, the story character is flat, uninteresting. With the second basic, all of a sudden, there's a dimensionality, there's a depth, there's a richness to the story character. This simple change, all of a sudden, there's something there with the story character, pulls people in, gets them involved, gets them interested, gets them thinking about that story character when you have that second basic. And the second basic is story characters need to be known. Review again, story characters need to be
known.
Known. Exactly. Now you're probably thinking, Tim, what the heck is that? Story characters need to be known. That's all it means. You have a history. You have a history. You have a history. Your story characters should also have a history. Many people just jump right into the story. Maybe you've heard stories like that. You just jump right into the story, and there you are involved. Bob and Ted were getting together, and they're talking about things, and you're thinking, who's Bob? Who's Ted? Why should I care? That make sense? If you don't know what's going on, you don't really get involved. If you don't know what's going on, you aren't really pulled in. So story characters have to be known. Now, the last time I was here, if you have an incredible memory, or again, if you're psychic, you remember that I was talking about telling a story, and I was mentioning that I've never been good at telling stories. That's the way I set things up. I said, I've never really been that good at telling stories. I mentioned all that before I even got into the story itself. Before I even mentioned the story, I mentioned that I'm not good at telling stories. And then later on, I talked about what happened from there. And there's a reason I did that. A very important reason. Because when the story character is known, something special happens. And it's something many speakers don't do, many speakers leave out, and because they leave it out, people aren't involved, aren't engaged in the story. Because they leave it out, the story seems flat and two-dimensional because it doesn't go anywhere. We'll talk about what that little thing is in a little bit. Before I get to that, just imagine that you're looking out a window, any window. You're looking out a window, like this window, and you see outside a tall blonde-haired man called Bob, tall red-haired man called Jim, Bob and Jim. And you see them out the window. How long do you look out that window? Not too, little bit, exactly. Stefani says, un pico minuto, yeah. Very little bit. Because even if you see it, who cares? What does it matter? Now what if you know this? You're looking out the same window. You know this. Okay, that tall blonde-haired man, that's my name. Tall red-haired man, that's my best friend. And you kind of got a history of getting into it. Now, police haven't been involved yet, but it could happen. Because whenever they get together, they're like oil and water. They just don't mix. And each one gets together kind of a little bit more upset and a little bit more upset. Things haven't come to blows yet, but it could happen. Now, how long do you look out the window? You might be taking you back to high school and you're thinking, fight, 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 fight. See what's going to happen. Maybe we're going to get into it. Maybe this is the day. Maybe you'll be the one to call the cops. If you know something about them, then it gets you in, it pulls you in and gets you involved. So seeing is great. Seeing, okay, you notice. But it really pulls you in is if you know something about them. Something very important happens. When you know something about your character, something very, very important happens. That is, character is known. It begins the conflict. Begins the conflict. And that is absolutely crucial in storytelling. Have you heard stories like that of no conflict at all? They kind of begin like, oh, I got up one day, it was a great day, beautiful day, went outside, walked around, nice day, smelled the flowers, went back to bed, great day. Next day, got up, great beautiful day, smelled the flowers, went to bed, and you're thinking, kill me now, kill me now, kill me now. Conflict. May not like it in life, but it's essential in the story. And when your story character is known, it begins the conflict. It cues the audience in. Before you even get to the story, something's going to happen. Pay attention. Maybe there'll be a fight. Something's going to go on. So, when the story character is known, begins the conflict, gets people involved, gets them interested, because your story character is known. And it makes things three-dimensional. It makes it a richer, fuller, simpler story. And that's really it. You're almost there. You've got your story character seen. You can see something. You've got your story character known. You know what's going on. There is one thing missing. Many speakers put together a speech, and they, even if they get together the story of the character being seen, the story character being known, there's something left out. Because that thing is left out, they don't quite have the fullness, don't quite have the richness of story that exists. Could be possible. Talk about that in a couple of weeks. Right now, let's leave you with this thought. Story character must be
No.
Try it one more time. Story character must be
No.